Do you know the quote, failing to plan is planning to fail? Haven't you seen the funny poster that says plan ahead with the last letters squeezed together at the edge of the page? Most all of us are encouraged from an early age to plan for the future. I think that is wise advice. Setting goals is motivational. However, there are many things beyond our control, and often our well laid plans do not come to pass. Consider this past year, for instance. I think none of us planned for the global pandemic that changed lots of our personal plans. Several times this past year, as I would go to my Google Calendar and remove events and meetings and planned trips, I would recall Proverbs 15, verse 9. Listen to several different versions and see which one you like best. People plan their path, but the Lord secures their steps. We make our own plans, but the Lord decides where we will go. A person's heart plans his way, but the Lord determines his steps. We should make plans counting on God to direct us. We plan the way we want to live, but only God makes us able to live it. And a person may think up plans, but the Lord decides what he will do. I do believe in making plans and that God gives freedom of choice. But I also believe things beyond our control occur and that God is ultimately in control. As believers, we're compelled to count on God to direct us. Remember Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. In thinking about planning this week, I remembered a writing assignment for one of my college classes my senior year. It was to detail what I wanted my life to be in 5 years. In 5 years from my college graduation, I anticipated that I would be an elementary school teacher, married to a professional man, and have had my first child. Well, those of you who know me know that only the school teaching part of that vision happened. And I do think it was God who had alternate plans. I am not always pleased that those other dreams were not fulfilled, but alternate plans were fulfillment of things I never would have envisioned. I do recognize that my life would have been very different had it happened the way I planned. I hope that many of you as well know from looking back on similar disturbed plans or unfulfilled dreams that God was at work in helping determine your paths. This week, think on God's plans and yours. I will defend the fact that planning is important, yet we must realize that flexibility is also necessary and that worry is in vain. Jesus said in Matthew 6:34, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Hopefully, your faith and mine call on us to rely on the truth that all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So let's try to sync our plans with those of our Lord. Got plans?